Hey guys, Ernie here, Paleo Hiker MD. It is finally nice outside. It has been raining like crazy. We've gotten 10-12 days of straight rain, and the forecast shows for another 10-12 days of straight rain. It's Memorial Day weekend, and I'm actually on call this weekend, but I have the afternoon off today, and I finally have a chance to get outside and show you guys my full hammock setup. I'm going to take advantage today. It's a pretty day out here in the woods next to my parents' house, and I'm going to set up my Warbonnet Blackbird XLC and my Mamajamba Tarp. I'm also going to put up both my top and underquilt from Hammock Gear. So hope you guys stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to take you as detailed as I can as to how I set it up. All the Dutch wear gear that I bought as accessories to make it easier for me to put it up. So tune in today to my hammock setup. Hope you guys like it. Here we go. Alright guys, so here is the Warbonnet Blackbird XLC. I've got one side that is painted red, just with some fingernail polish. It's orange fingernail polish actually. And I know that's my head end, so red is head. So I'm going to set this up for you guys. You guys can watch, and then I'll detail you in on what I do from here. But I'll speed this up so you don't have to watch me do this in real time. Alright guys, so that's my general setup whenever I get to camp. I go ahead and leave the tarp in the sleeve until I'm ready to use it. If it's a threat of rain, then obviously I'll just go ahead and put it out. Sometimes I'll put it up in porch mode, make it easier to get in and out of. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little bit about the actual hammock, and then we'll get the camera back and we will deploy the tarp. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you guys a little bit around here. So you've seen a little bit of this on the other videos, but this is the buckle system. You guys could see how quickly I just pull here, pull on here to tighten it up, and then to loosen it, you just flip this back and it'll easily loosen. Over here, what I'm using to attach the tarp to the trees are these Dutch clips. You can see they're really simple titanium pieces. One is permanently here with a loop, the other one comes around, and as long as it's inside of this little tooth right here, it will stay. This thing is going to keep me up, no problem. Same thing over here. I'm going to show you guys on this side. The Dutch clip is on this outside part of the tree, and then what I'll do is I will caddy corner it so that on this side the Dutch clip is on the opposite tree. So it's kind of like the trees here and the trees here. Instead of both being on one side, I'll caddy corner it this way so that you have a better hang. Now another part of this particular hammock that I really like are these tie-outs. These are bungee tie-outs, so you can easily adjust them, and I just use some titanium stakes. This side pulls out, and all this does is give you a little more room inside of the hammock. It pulls this mosquito netting away from you, give you more room. You can see here, very nice. Warbonnet Outdoors, made in Colorado, sewn with pride in Colorado. It's nice. This isn't made in America. The only one thing I have added to this hammock is just one of these MSR glow-in-the-dark tabs. That way, at night, if I need to, I can see it. Now this other side, you can see from here, this over here kind of flips out, and you can see this is a shelf, and that's exactly what this is. This is a built-in shelf that allows you can see it really well from on this side. It's a built-in shelf that allows you to put stuff on this surface. It's held out by another tie-out, and you can easily slide things. If I put my hand in here, you can easily slide things in on this shelf and store things like your cell phone, a shirt, if you know it's not quite as cold yet as you need it to, or it's going to be, and you can just kind of put a couple of layers in there and do your thing. So those are the basic features of this hammock. It's a very comfortable hammock. The foot box is over on this side. Sorry, I'm just going kind of crazy here. Foot box is over on this side. And yeah, that's it. Now I'm going to pull out the Mamajamba Tarp, show you guys what that looks like. All right, guys, it's getting hot, so let's put out this tarp. Alright guys, I'm just going to show you guys real quick on this last one. You want to put your string there, you bring it over to this, and I'll zoom you in a little bit to show y'all, but you bring it across. So after you loop it around your tent stake, you're going to bring it right here. You can kind of see there's a loop. You bring your zing-it through that loop, pull it tight, as tight as you want, and then you just loop it around the antenna. You can tie a little half hitch there if you want, but this tarp's not going anywhere. Alright guys, so here's the finished product with the Mamajamba Tarp. You guys can see I've got 4 tie outs. There's plenty of room underneath to maneuver. Coincidentally, these tie outs points inside do not come sealed, so these have been sealed with some silicone specifically made for sealing tarps and tents. And it works extremely well. There's plenty of overhang here. I could do this a little bit better as far as rain goes. I could move this a little bit farther in if I wanted to. And let's see how it looks on this side. I bet you we have a little bit of extra room. So you can see we have a little bit of extra room here. So anyway, what I'm going to do, tried to show you guys that best I could. I will give you a quick look. I didn't have a very good chance to show you guys the stinger. The stinger clips on right here. It's a carabiner clip. Clips on there, and then it works just like the fly. Basically, you just use this loop right here as mechanical advantage, and then you loop the extra around that little antenna, and it's not going anywhere. Makes it super easy to put up. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to put away my tarp, so that way I can show you guys how easy it is to put up the under quilt, and you can also see the top quilt from Hammock Gear. So I'm going to put this bad boy up. Another reason that I painted these red was so that I could see them, because sometimes they get lost easy. Alright guys, so I'm going to get out my Hammock Gear bottom quilt. This has got a suspension. I'll show you guys in a little while the suspension pieces that I have. I actually bought a couple of things from Dutchware, which make it a lot easier, but I'll show you guys real quick how easy this is to put up. The one thing you have to make sure of is that the Hammock gear logo, which is not on this side, is going to be on the side that is your head end. So this is actually the foot end. It's also, I know that because it's a black piece as opposed to a white piece, which is on the other side. So that's it. So let me move y'all in a little bit closer and I'll show you guys some details of this pretty awesome underquilt. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit about this underquilt. Again, it's a Hammock gear incubator 40, and I put 2 ounces of overstuff in it. So it's rated for 40 degrees with the 2 ounces of overstuff. I'm pretty sure I could probably get it down to about 32, right around freezing Fahrenheit. I did do 1 trip in it. Pretty sure it got down to close to that, somewhere between 32 and 35 degrees, and I was fine with that and the Burrow top quilt. So let me move y'all in a little bit. All right, so a couple quick things. It came with S-beaners that actually attached the top quilt to the cord here. Now, the problem with the S-beaner is it would consistently get caught in this string rope, and it would get inside the fibers and start to mess around with it. This one is so easy to get on and off. It's plastic. It also does something really important. I'm going to show you guys real quick, get a better angle. You can see that this particular piece kind of shoots you're going to have one side of the top quilt here and the other side, and it creates a separation. So when you bring that up and you attach it, there we go, sorry, trying to do it with the camera, it actually quote unquote shows the bottom quilt, one side of it to go on one side and the other side. So as you can see here, it's separating the top quilt from one side of the hammock and the other side of the hammock. And that works. The S-beaner did not do that. So this one very quickly allows you to have, as you can see real clearly here, here's one side, the suspension, come to the other side, and here's the other side of the suspension. And that's what I think really makes this particular product. We're talking about $3, 2 pieces of plastic, well engineered to allow your bottom quilt to sit in the correct angle. Now, the other thing I'll tell you guys real quick, the way I set this up, you're able to, with these adjustments, basically pull in and out here, pull the leading edge of the bottom quilt up and down. This is the foot end, so my feet, and in this particular model, the foot box is over here. So I have this side of the bottom quilt farther in towards my head, and the other side, you can see it well here, this side is farther away from my feet, this side is closer to my head. That allows more of the top quilt to be out over here where my feet are. On the opposite side, the head end, it's the opposite. My head is on this side, so this is adjusted so that this leading edge is closer to my head, and the back side way over here is where my head is away. So basically I'm setting up the bottom quilt so that more of the bottom quilt is over here where my feet are, and more of the bottom quilt is over here where my head is. Works nice because on those cold days you want to make sure as much of you is in there as possible. I'll get out the top quilt real quick and just show it to you guys. Just put the top quilt out here on a nice beautiful day. You guys can see this is the foot box. I got the snap closed foot box. You can open this completely all the way up and make it completely like a quilt. But when it's cold, I just keep it snapped up so my feet fit nice and tidy in there. Getting all kinds of bugs on here, ladybug season. And this side has one snap. You can put your head right underneath there. Super high quality. I can't tell you guys enough how nice this Hammock gear is, and I could recommend it to absolutely anybody who's interested in hammock top and bottom quilts. It's a beautiful, beautiful argan fabric. This is a woodland camo, I believe. I got the top and bottom the same. So anyway, that is the bottom quilt. Alright guys, so that is my hammock setup. I'm really happy with it. Is it cheap? No, it's not. It's not cheap. Will it last a long time? Was it well made? Absolutely. And one thing I found that in these endeavors that I go on and the things that I enjoy doing, if I buy inexpensive, cheap stuff and I stay with it, I end up buying good stuff down the road. So this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time as far as hammock camping, so I've researched it for about a year before I bought everything, and I wanted to make sure and buy exactly what I wanted. I cannot emphasize to you guys how well made Warbonnet Outdoors stuff is, how comfortable the hammock is. I'm not a paid endorser, I'm just a customer. Their customer service has been tremendous. I was able to purchase a zip-on cover for it, even though technically I was supposed to order it when I actually ordered the hammock. I wasn't aware of that, but they worked with me and they got me one anyway. That way I can unzip that mosquito netting and put a solid cover on it, and that really adds for warmth in the winter when I don't need the mosquito cover as much and I need more warmth. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. The channel continues to grow, which is just fun and great for us. I hope you guys enjoyed kind of a tour of my hammock setup. Again, it's a Warbonnet Blackbird XLC Mamajamba Tarp. I've got hammock gear, underquilt, and top gear. The underquilt is a incubator, and the top quilt is the burrow. Both are 40-degree variety. I have lots of Dutch wear gear. I've got the Dutch clips, I've got the Dutch stingers, and I've got the Dutch flies. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more from Paleo Hiker MD. Like, comment, subscribe, all those good things, and we'll catch y'all soon. See you later.